Hello, and welcome back to another video on Discord.py voice, the rewrite version, the most recent version. Today I'll be going over how to add the ability to use Spotify share links. But before you click off this video and saying that you don't really use Spotify and you probably won't be using this feature, this also adds the ability to just type in the name of the song that you want to get the YouTube link from. So I have my bot here. I think this is it. Yep. I'm going to run this. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here. So I get this ran. Alrighty. So we'll go over to this. So the bot's up. Alrighty. We'll do a join. Alright. So say if we have Spotify open and we kind of want to play a song in here, we do play Spotify link. So that link, it'll get it, and then if you come over here, you can see it's giving us all warnings because the YouTube -DL doesn't recognize a Spotify link, but it'll pass it on to our Spotify downloader, right? So there we go. And then over here you hear it. Alright. Now, let's stop that. Alright. Now say if I want to just play this song, but I don't have the link, but I know the exact name and who the artist was, right? /play. And then we do just the name and the artist name. So we want to make sure there's no spaces in here, so underscores would work for spaces. Soviet Connection, because that's the name of the song. And then Michael Hunter, right here, is the name of the artist. So you kind of want to put a dash in between the name of the song and the name of the artist. Don't put any spaces, because once we do spaces, it passes into the bot a new thing, and it won't get it. So if you do Soviet space connection, it'll just pass in Soviet, and it'll just look through. So you want to do that, then hit that, getting everything ready. Then we come over to our first monitor, and then you can see not supported, searching Spotify now. So that's our error. It's going to see it, falling back to YouTube metadata. So it searches basically just it for that, and then it gets it. Now we're back over here. All right. We just basically did it with just the name and the artist, right? So now let's go back to the code. Let's stop this. We'll just do a leave. Oh, I gotta be in that channel, that's right. Alright, and then we'll stop the bot here. Come back over here. Out of that. We don't need you anymore. Alrighty. So, first things first here. We've got to do something in the terminal. So, if you're doing this on PyCharm, inside the terminal, this is basically just the command line. So if we right click on here, if you're not using PyCharm, you can right click on the Windows and hit command prompt admin, and then come into here and you can type it into here, right? It's basically the same thing, these two, but we're going to use this for right now. So we want to type in is pip install spotdl, right? Hit enter. I already have it. Requirement already satisfied, right? So basically this doesn't have like an import like usual pips do. This is basically just the library for the command line. So just because I think this video is going to be a little bit short, I'm going to go over some basic command line things, kind of just teach you a little bit about that. So right now we just download spotdl, so you should be able to do this, spotdl-h, right? So that should throw up some helps. So this is just like different things you can do with this. We're going to be using some of this a little later. So it's a little bit about the command line. So if you want to, you can skip ahead on this part. So H project Python tutorial. So that's our directory that we're in. H being the drive, Project Python being the first directory, and then the tutorial inside Project Python directory. So if you want to see what's in this directory, you can do dir, right? Dir. So that's just looking at the directory. So in here we have that. We have Discord, voice, other, and test, right? We can go back with cd/. That'll take us all the way back to the main drive. Then we can do something like, if I want to go to my D drive, we can do D that. Alright, then we can hit enter. That'll take us to the D drive. So it's inside the D drive, we can do dir. See what's inside our D drive. Say if I want to go to images, right? I want to go to images, I do cd. So change directory. IM tab. So you can do tab inside this, so it'll autocorrect and you can go through and it'll everything that says like it have an IM in it. We want to go to IM, so cd IM images. Then we can do, if I want to look at the directory, I can dir. It's all the images I have in here. Then I can do maybe a cd ... That'll take me back one directory. So that should take me back, right? So I want to go back. Yep, that take me back to there. So let's look at the directory again because I forget. Alrighty. So say if I want to go to ffmpeg, I can do cd ff tab mpeg. So that'll change my directory. So I'm now in the D drive in the ffmpeg directory. So I can look at this directory. We have bin. I want to go see what's in bin. So I can do cd bin. Alright, so now we're in the D drive ffmpeg directory inside the bin directory that's in the ffmpeg directory. I want to see what's in here. So we have these. We can execute these if we want within the terminal. But we don't want to. So I want to go back one because I don't want to be in bin anymore. I'm going to do ... Alright, well actually I do want to be in bin now. So I can do bin, cd bin. Alright. I want to be back in the main drive. So cd / takes us back to the main drive. So that's just some basic stuff about the command line. I kind of help you if you need it. I actually prefer command line over kind of this right here. What we're doing right there is basically just navigating this, right? So mpeg in here, bin. That's what we were looking at right here. Alrighty. So now that we've got that up, let me clear this because it's going to bother me. CLS clears it, right? Alrighty. So now we're onto the code. So, like I said, Spotify or spotdl doesn't need an import, but we have to import from OS. So we're going to do an at from OS import system. So what system allows us to do is use this terminal, right, and type something in using Python. So we don't physically have to type it in, we just type it in once, and then as we use a command, Python will type it in for us. All right. So let's go down here to the play command. And we want to locate right here with the with statement, with YouTube, that blah, blah, blah. This is where the UR gets passed into the YDL and downloaded, right? We want to make this inside of a try block. Alrighty, so we want to put try. Alrighty, highlight this all. Tab it in. And then we want to put it inside, and then we want to put an extension here. Or an exception, not extension. Don't know why I said extension. Then we kind of want to put in our own error, right? Print fallback. YouTube-DL does not support this URL, right? Using Spotify. I'm going to put in parentheses, this is normal if Spotify URL. Alright, so right now I'm going to explain kind of what spotdl does. So what it does is it gets the Spotify share link, right? And it gets the name of the song and the artist, and then it uses YouTube and it searches it basically. So it doesn't download the song from Spotify, it downloads it from YouTube. So it basically does the same thing with this, but it supports Spotify share links. It'll get the name from Spotify and then search it on YouTube and download what comes up. It's fairly accurate. It works pretty much 100% of the time. So after that, I want to do C underscore path equals os.path dot dir name, and then os.path dot rel path. Basically just getting the current working directory, because then we have to use the system that we imported up here, right here. Make this a little smaller. And we're using this because we're about to pass a command prompt, like input, right? System. Alrighty. So this has to be exact the way you put it in. So kind of just follow along here. SpotDL. Alrighty. -f space. It's got to have a space there. I want to do space plus space. Kind of like that. So spotdl start, no space, then a space after spotdl, -f space, then a plus there. And you want cpath, so you want to pass in that variable. Then another plus, and then you want to do on this side, kind of add another space there. Then you want to do kind of these single quotes, and then a double quote, one single double quote inside those single quotes. Alrighty, and then you want to do the same side, or same thing on this side. Single quotes, double quote. The reason we're doing this is because if your directory path has a space in the name of it, it will screw it up. So you got to put it in the quotes just to make sure you get the whole thing, right? So you got to put that on both sides. And then with another plus here, we're going to do quotes, put 3 spaces in there, then do a -s in the middle, right? You want, or actually you want just 1 space on each side. So you want the double quotes space -s space, right? Then you want another plus, and then you want to pass in the URL. So that is basically it. So this should put into the system and download the song to this path. That's what the -f does. And the -s means basically just one song. Right? You can see that if we go into the terminal and type -h. And then that is it. That's how we do it for the play command. Now we can go down to the Q command here. Basically just find the same thing. With statement. Alrighty. So put this in a try block. Tab this in. This part here. You want to kind of get rid of this await statement here, because we don't want to include that. Exception. Alrighty. This will basically be the same as here. So we want to copy that and put it here. And then we want to do a Q underscore path. This will get the path to our Q folder. So os.path.absolute path, os.path.rel path. Do Q. Now remember, make sure this is capitalized. Alrighty. And then I'm going to do a system here. Now we're going to pass the input now. We're going to do an F, then quote marks, spotdl space -ff. This is going to allow us to change the file format, right? So file format, that's what that stands for. Space, then song, curly brackets. Then we're going to put Q underscore num, curly bracket. Then you're going to put a space -f space. So just putting it in the spotdl, changing the file format, basically just changing the name to the QNum. So basically up here, we've already done this here. And then we're going to do a plus, single quotes, one double quote, plus Q path, plus single quotes, one double quote, and then plus space dash s space. Enter, or not enter, space, and then put another plus sign URL. Alrighty, there you go. Now it should work. So let's test it out. So let's run it. Alrighty. Let it figure itself out here. Alrighty, so it's logged in. We'll go over here. See, it's there. We'll make it join. We'll do the same exact thing. So we'll just do a play command here. Come back over to our first monitor here. Alrighty, so I found the error. It was just me, I misspelled spotdl. You want spotdl, not SpoDL. Make sure you put the T in there. So T. Alrighty, and we'll rerun it here. This is under the play command is where I forgot the T. So, alrighty. We logged in. Let's go back over here. Try this for a second time. Join. And we'll do a play that Spotify share link. Alrighty, I'll come back over here. Alrighty, so it throws up a warning because the YouTube-DL doesn't recognize that URL. And I'll throw it over to our, because in the try block there was an error, and we'll throw it over to this. Alrighty, and it worked. You see, it's playing out of here. I don't want that anymore, so I stop. And then let's try just the name here. Play. Flat. Alrighty. Come over here. It's not a valid URL. It's going to throw it over to our Spotify thing here. Download it. Convert it. There we go. Now, say if I want to queue up this song while this song is playing. Hold on, let me mute this. I want to queue up this song. I'll test the queue to make sure it can do the Spotify stuff. So we'll come back over here. Alrighty, unsupported URL. DL is not supported. This URL does not support this URL using Spotify. This is normal Spotify. That's our fallback error, and it is. And it got the song one right, and then it put it in the queue folder up here. So right here. Let's synchronize it real quick. There we go. Put it in there. And then I'll be back when this song is done. Okay, so as the song comes to an end, we should play the next song that we just queued up using this command right here. And it does. Alrighty. Let's mute that. Let's make it leave, actually. I will also leave. Alrighty, so that is all there is to adding Spotify share links and the basically just looking up by name to your Discord bot. Thank you for watching. And as always, in the description there are links to the first 3 videos, links to the Discord server that I'm on, that if you need help or just want to say hi or do anything, honestly, just join. There's some pretty friendly people on there. There's also links to download the video code that you see here. Links to FFmpeg that we did in the first video. That link will always be there in case you want to know where to get FFmpeg. And then there will be a link to the bot I've been working on for a little while now, if you want to just take a look at the code, kind of get some examples or whatever, honestly. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.